Tom, thanks for joining us as we had a chance to honor Patrick Gotch.
Thank you for having me, Jeff, and I'm sorry it's these difficult times that brings us together today, but as we look back on Patrick's life, he was truly a visionary. I think that's a word I've heard used to describe him most often. But I think what set Patrick apart from everyone else was Patrick pursued his vision with passion. When Patrick had something in his mind, he didn't just stop with dreaming of it. He pursued it, and nothing could get in his way or stop him from seeing that vision all the way through.
He had great pride in being the official television partner of the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. You saw Suzanne, he's tied so much to agriculture, but Tom, he fell in love with the cowboy world, and you're right, he was passionate, he was protective, he was tenacious, he was a lot of things, but he changed the game. I've told a lot of people he did more in 30 days in pro rodeo than I'd seen anybody else do in 30 years, and you've had a front row seat for that. The rodeos, the attendance, the rise in prize money. Patrick has played a big part in creating that tidal wave.
Patrick played a huge part in it. The Cowboy Channel came about. We signed a deal in 2019. We were set to kick off in 2020. We went to the National Western Stock Show in Denver, had a great production. You know, the first time that rodeo was bought into the living rooms of millions of fans and households, and then COVID hit. And Patrick didn't lay down. Patrick said, we're going to figure this out. And we started putting smaller rodeos on. We went to where the rodeos were, and it was amazing what Patrick has done. And since COVID, we have just seen rodeo grow tremendously. We have over 750 events now. I believe 915 performances are on television. And the growth in the added money, you know, prior to the Cowboy Channel, we were about $50 million total payout. Last year, we were up to nearly $75 million. Sponsorship has grown, attendance has grown, money has grown, but at the root of all of it, I think, was Patrick Gotch and the Cowboy Channel made it all possible.
And he really connected with the fans. If I had several nicknames for Patrick, but Rodeo Elvis was definitely one of them. You've seen it. I've seen it. You know, Stetson Wright could be there. Larry Mahan could be there. People would walk past them to get to Patrick Gotch and just thank him for the Cowboy Channel, the vision, and putting pro rodeo right there in their living room.
People love Patrick, and Patrick loved hearing from the people. You know, he was a hands-on founder, hands-on president. He loved getting the emails. He loved making people happy, and he loved when they shared their stories with him.
Yeah, he was big on putting out the Patrick at thecowboychannel.com or Patrick at rfd-tv.com just to get the feedback. He had those binders, and I know that you've said in meetings with him when he brought out the binders to read what people are saying about pro rodeo. And you know, Tom, we've seen legends. We've seen legends come. We've seen legends go. Patrick's one of those guys that's going to be remembered for a long time. And the changes and the impact that he brought to the sport that we love, it's going to be felt for a long, long time.
Oh, it will never leave our memories. Last week I was talking with Patrick about the future of the Cowboy Channel, and as we visited, I told Patrick that your legacy has been cemented, and I believe that there's a place for you in our Hall of Fame, and I firmly believe that, Jeff, that Patrick's legacy will live on forever. And for him to have the initiative and the dream to get this and pursue it from the grounds up and bring rodeo into many households like we've never seen before was amazing.
And he put the Cowboy Channel right in the heart of the stockyards, which is really the cowboy capital of the world. I kept asking him if he was lucky or if he was good. But a favorite memory that you have with Patrick?
Oh, there's lots of memories, and as you mentioned, Patrick could be very tenacious, but beyond that tenaciousness was his passion, and Patrick just lived to see it grow. He wanted every rodeo. It didn't matter if they were the biggest rodeo or the smallest rodeo. He wanted all of those rodeos to have an opportunity to be seen by millions of people, and he firmly believed in that, and he pursued what he believed in, and he would stop at nothing. If Patrick, where other people seen roadblocks and detours, Patrick seen opportunities, and he always moved forward to bring those to reality.
He really didn't believe in the word no. That's for sure. Tom, thanks for joining us. We're going to be remembering Patrick all week, and I'm sure that we'll hear more from you later on in the week. But thanks so much for reaching out to us from Colorado Springs and the home of the PRCA.
Thank you, and my deepest condolences to Angie, Rose, Raquel, and Gatsby during these difficult times.